Hello friends, welcome back. I am here. I am back again. I hope you all have been doing well. Cancer season started on Monday the 21st, so we're going to talk about that here in a second. But Cancer, it's about emotions, right? And we just exited Mercury Retrograde on the 22nd, so there'll be a shadow period until about the 7th. So if you're feeling a little wily, it's okay. I literally, Cancer season started, and then from Cancer season till the full moon, which was on Thursday, the 24th, I was like just crying and painting and just integrating and letting whatever came up come up and just sitting with it. So like if you've been feeling super overwhelmed by emotions, riding a roller coaster, you don't know what's going on, you're feeling so much, it's okay, you're not alone, trust me. It's an intense time. I was pretty much flat out for retrograde happened, and I was like, I got this, it's fine. And then everything said, no, you gotta stop, right? And the messages have been saying, stop, take rest, it's time to rest. And that goes for me too, right? So sometimes you just got to run away for a minute. But we're back. We're going to talk about Cancer season, all the transits. I got some notes because I don't want to miss anything. Because again, this year is just pretty intense. I guess, there's a lot when you look at everything that's going on, all the different planets and what they're doing. So talk about that. Hope you guys are having a great day already, night, whatever time it is now. Time is an illusion. Remember that, right? That's why I'm here sharing with you guys some energy reads for things that have started already or have passed already. Cancer season, started last week. It goes for a month, so we got time, right? Time doesn't matter. Full moon energy lasts for a couple weeks, so if you haven't already, you can go watch the full moon video. Full moon was last week, but hey, when you watch it, the energy reading is for you. The subject matter may be a specific thing, but if that reading pertains to where you are now, then that energy is there for you right now. Cancer season. Like I said, feeling a little bit more emotional. Water sign. Don't ignore the emotions that you feel welling up inside of you. All right, it's time to face them. We don't want to get forced to face things. Because if you don't take the space you need to just sit with how you're feeling, whether you're super, 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 super happy, that's okay. Just, be happy, whatever, right? But if you're feeling super, super heavy, and you don't sit with that and you just push it off and push it off and push it off and push it off, eventually it will be right here and you will not be able to push it off. And for me, when I do that, that's around the space where I tell myself, I'm so crazy. You're not crazy. There's just a lot of energy swirling, and just take some breaths. Talk to somebody who can help you. See somebody if you need to, but it's okay to be on this roller coaster. It's important to be on this roller coaster, right? Your emotions aren't going to kill you, but sometimes they do feel like they're going to take you away, right? It hurts so hard. Like you feel like your heart's going to just fall out of your chest. I know. Be conscious of the energy you're giving out. You don't need to give more than you're capable of. It's okay to say no and to say, I'm in a space right now. I just need space and time. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to justify yourself. If it is overwhelming to give energy, you don't have to. You can just give it to yourself. You know what I mean? That self-charging battery. Charge yourself up. It's okay. Step back for a minute. It doesn't mean that you don't love the people around you. It doesn't mean that you don't want to be in the presence of anyone. It just means that you don't have as much to give right now, and that's okay, right? So if you feel the need to step away, do so. If you feel like you need to connect, go ahead, listen to your emotions. What are they telling you to do? Please hydrate. Let that water sign remind you. Mosquitoes around me, like those nagging, persistent emotions. This is a good time to strengthen emotional bonds if that's what you feel called to do, and also to best align your actions. So think of areas that need growth and that you need to prioritize, and you'll find ways to be what you need to be right now. You can't be and do all things for all people. And you can't be and do all things in general. So just remember that. Prioritizing is important. You may have a whole bunch of things that you want to accomplish, and you know that you will. Take chunks and accomplish a chunk and then go back. It's better to do that than try to accomplish it all, because you'll just leave yourself feeling super wily. Because you can't do it. You can't do it, and you shouldn't do it. So Jupiter retrograde started on the 20th. So right before Cancer season started, Jupiter went retrograde in Pisces. And then it will end its retrograde in October in Aquarius. So it goes through a couple of transits in that period. Jupiter is associated with the philosophical and spiritual introspection and reflection, right? It's a lot of big words. What it means is that this planet is associated with diving within and finding your own spirituality, your own philosophy. What moves you? What drives you? What do you believe? What do you stand for? What is super important to you in your belief system? Like, where do you get your power from? Where do you find your fulfillment, right? What drives you? And not necessarily in like a hobby or task way, but what energy do you feel flow through you when you need that strength, right? It's reflecting on what you believe, what you want to do, where you want to put your energy. So more of that reflection. You're going to see a lot of it. This is a year of karma. It's a year of reflection. It's a year of transition and figuring things out. Because we look at cycles and we look at 1 to 10, 5's in the middle, right? And a lot of times you get to a point and then you have to reevaluate and see what way you're going. So it's basically a fork in the road, and you decide if you want to continue on the same path or choose a new path. It's a fork, but it's a multi-fork. It's like a crazy fork, because you literally, like, anything. The world is your oyster. What are you doing? It's a big question. I don't know the answer either sometimes. Sometimes it can be hard, but that's why we reflect. So yes, this is going to help you work out issues revolving around your own growth and development, your own happiness, your own success. It shows you areas where growth is important and extra time is needed to make sure everything is aligned before you continue, right? So you could find yourself tested to be sure you're truly in a place to receive the abundance coming to you, the fortune, the luck, the love, whatever you are seeking to draw to yourself. This energy will help you clear out what might still be there keeping you from manifesting what you need to manifest. So are you focused on what you do have and thankful so more can flow to you? Or are you looking at everything you don't have and where you aren't, and the fact that you're not where you want to be yet? Life's about the journey. So look where you are right now and everything you do have, right? And if you feel like you have nothing, go so small you can see even an nth of a good thing and work out from there. I have a toothbrush and toothpaste. I have a bathroom that works. I have a roof over my head. I get to share myself and my love with the Connecty Collective Galactic Star Babes. You know, it's the little things. It doesn't have to be the tangible things. Are you thankful for the relationships in your life? Are you thankful for the energy you get to share with others? You know, I find the things. There are things in your life to be thankful for. Start there and keep going and write it out. Know what you're thankful for, and you will see so much more flood in. It will surprise you. You'll get surprised. Trust me. Yes, be still. Yes. So retrogrades are waiting periods, right? They're those times where you're reflecting, and I know we just jumped like 2 retrogrades overlapped and then one ended, and so it's like, what? But reflection is a big part of life. You know, you gotta reflect consistently to continue on the path you know you want to be on. You know, you gotta stop occasionally and look back at your goals. Look back, you know, maybe not physically like in a book, but like look back at your goals and make sure, okay, this is what I said I wanted to manifest. This is the direction I said I wanted to head in. Am I still doing that? Are the choices I'm making right now heading me there? So remember that. So, all right. I already talked about that, but I'm going to say it again because it's, if you aren't facing your issues, they may become so intense they blow up in your face or require an intervention to give you the chance to face it head on and get out of your complacency. Sometimes you need a shock to the system to get you to see the things that need to be let go of, that don't matter anymore, that aren't serving you. So don't be surprised if things get a little crazy over the next few months in certain facets of your life. Just remember, the things are happening to get you to where you need to go. Looking back in January of this year, I did an energy reading. I'll take a drink of water. For the year. And I pulled the Tower. The Tower was the center card. And it was the reverse Tower. And that means a lot of internal transition. That means a lot of things changing about your beliefs, about the way you feel about things, about where you're at. But it can also be that extreme chaotic change that feels so painful and can be so confusing and makes you feel like you're doing things wrong or you don't know how you got to where you got, but there you are and everything's changing and crashing down so fast. It's okay. Everything that got you to where you are right now needed to happen because it shaped you into the being you are, right? In this experience. So don't judge yourself for what you've done and what's gotten you here. Don't tell yourself you did it all wrong. What's happened has happened. What are you going to do from here to embrace that change and that chaos and allow that chaos to form into creation in your life and see it that way? Because everything is chaos, right? I mean, look at these trees. Like, when I talk about them all the time when I'm out here, but they grow all crazy, but they fit into this beautiful, perfect spiral of nature, perfect spiral of creation, right? If you go look at a tree super close, you can see the Fibonacci spiral, really. I'm not gonna pick it because it's beautiful, but there's ferns next to me, and I was looking at ferns yesterday, and they're one big fern, right, with all the leaves, but then you look at one leaflet and it is a perfect replica of that big fern, and then you look at a little leaflet on that leaflet, I don't know what a leaflet is, it looks like the little fern, and then the really tiny one sticking off of that looks like a little fern. And I looked at my partner and I said, oh, it's the spiral in a fern. And you know when you look at something all the time, but then you look at something and you're like, I can see it. Stop and look at things. Stop and look at yourself. Look at you. You're beautiful, right? You're doing great. Human bodies are one of the least efficient machines, and here we are doing great. So, you know. I don't know what you know, but you know. All right. So, once Jupiter stations direct on October 18th, that's plenty of time. This could sound like really like, dang, where are your feels? But you should have accepted relevant issues and be ready to move forward into your success. Take this time to get through all that bullshit that's coming up. The pain, the emotions, the self-judgment, the self-sabotage, the self-doubt, all these little things that are holding you back from your full potential because you're a beautiful being so capable of everything you want to do. It doesn't matter what area of life you want to create in, you are capable of that. You set your mind and your heart on it, but you have to get everything out of the way that's holding you back. So if you feel like you can't move forward right now, stop for a minute and just sit with you and sit with yourself where you are. Just be there, be present, be here now. And then you will be able to move forward. Time is created by humans. Yes, we live a human existence, and there's a certain number of years that each of our bodies lives in this existence. And a couple months out of that time to really focus on you is not a waste. And it's not too much time to take a second. So you have to put things into perspective for yourself. It's very important to take that time for you. You don't have to keep doing and doing and doing and doing. That's actually detrimental to your success. Stopping and breathing and just being is so beautiful, and it keeps your mind young, and it keeps your heart young, and in turn it keeps your body young, and it allows you to experience so much and to look at a fern and freak out. Do it. I mean, these mosquitoes, they're bobbing around, right? And I mean, they can be annoying. Nobody wants itchy, bloody sores. Sorry. But they're a reminder of that, the nagging energy, and not in a bad way, not in a good way, it just is. Those things that are there, just under the surface. And if it's your emotions and things you need to face them so they can stop. Facing them is swatting away the mosquito. And if it's this creative energy you're feeling, maybe you're feeling good. You're feeling like it's time to head on. Follow your intuition. Maybe that nagging feeling is, everything's saying this is a period of rest, but I feel like I need to create something. Create something. Do it. Follow your intuition. Just don't do too much. Don't push yourself to do more than feels right. Don't push yourself into like panic mode because you're giving a lot of energy. You are the master of your reality, and you know what you need and you know what you can give. So listen to your heart. Yes. Jupiter goes direct in Libra season. And we'll talk about that more when that gets here in October. But that will be a good time to take action, to make important decisions, to take the lead, increase your wealth, and take advantage of opportunities for personal, material, and spiritual growth. Improving relationships is also the energy around that shift. So if something's really rough in a place, in a relationship, whatever it may be, communicate, talk about it when it feels right, but know that if you're feeling a clashing of heads, it's coming to a head, it's fine. Everybody's working through their own shit, and sometimes we clash with each other because of that. But don't force yourself to try to fix or bring to light something if you don't feel like it's the time to, or like it's right. Again, listen to your intuition. I hope that every time I'm taking a sip of water, you're taking a sip of water. Let's make that a practice. It's a challenge. All right, so Mercury, right? We talked about that a little bit. Went direct on the 22nd. Excuse me. Water all over my face. There's a shadow period until the 7th. But this transit backs Mercury stationing direct. Sometimes English just, I'm sure you know. There will be a shuttle, a subtle shift in energy. And in your thinking patterns and your logic, you'll feel more open to communication. So it's that weird balance between Jupiter retrograde and Mercury retrograde ending. There was a little while, that overlap, where you'll feel like you don't want to do anything with anyone that isn't you. You'll probably feel like, I'm not talking to any of these people. That's okay. And then you'll start feeling a little bit more like branching out, a little bit more like sharing your energy. And so you have to look at how the planets dance together, because if you look at just one, you can get confused with the energy you feel because there's always another one doing something somewhere. There's always somebody up there throwing it off. That's life, though. It's part of the experience, It shows us what we're capable of, and it shows us that it's not that bad, and that we can't take it too seriously, right? There's serious moments in life, and growth is important, but have fun in life. Know that you're on the journey. When the moments come up, you face them. You see what's up. All right, ping. Gotta look there. What's that? What's going on? And then you just flit on your way. Keep on going. So, yes. The retrograde in Gemini had us looking within, talking to our inner selves as opposed to those around us, right? But the social elements of Gemini are coming back. So it'll be easier to clearly communicate and get your thoughts across. You got to put your retrograde lessons to use, right? You have a better understanding of yourself during a retrograde period, especially if you allow yourself that space to stop and reflect, right? To slow down and go backwards, slow down and go within, right? So if you've taken that time, you now know how you can take the knowledge and apply it to your forward progress. So this is a fresh start, right? Every now moment is an opportunity for a fresh start. You can always change direction if that's what feels right. Don't hold yourself in a space because you feel like you can't change, or you've been pushing this way for so long. Why would I change now? Every moment's an opportunity for growth and change. Don't be afraid to shift if that's what feels right. You're not doing anything wrong. and you didn't waste time where you were. It was important. You were there to learn everything you needed to before you moved on. So don't resort back to your old ways if they were holding you back. You know what I mean? If you're integrating things, be sure that you aren't jumping right back into it. When I was a kid, I went to Catholic school, and for Lent, we would have to give things up. I didn't know what to give up for Lent. I was a kid. So like for me, it was candy, but the metaphor is the same. So I would give up candy for Lent, which is, I believe, 40 days. Hard when you're a sugar addicted child. Children of the 90s. But then as soon as Lent was over, I would just, Lent's over. Okay, I can start eating candy again. And I didn't think about the concept of what I was doing, right? Why did I take that space to give that up for that period? What was I doing during that period? I wasn't reflecting on anything. I wasn't taking the space to recognize, why am I giving this up? And just a little bit more about me in the middle of this. I have rheumatoid arthritis, and so it affects your joints. And so sugar and things like that affect it even more, right? Sometimes if you go on a sugar binge, you could feel like crap the next day, right? Yes. And so instead of taking that time during Lent and realizing I feel a lot better when I'm not eating all this sugar and I'm taking care of myself, and like, because I was hungry in the same way, I would eat like fruit and stuff. I mean, it was good that I was like in my young teens, so like my mom would help me. But like, looking back, I recognized that like I had to fill that void with something, and I did, but I didn't consciously take that lesson and apply it to after Lent, right? Because the purpose is to let go of something that is holding you back, or that's a vice. And then when you get to the end of that period, right? Retrograde, Lent, it's all the same, no matter what structure you want to talk about, they have these periods, right? If you want to look at religion and spirituality and astrology, like there's all these things that point to, there's periods of rest and reflection, but you have to take it for what it is and understand the lesson, right? You're supposed to release the vice for a moment to show yourself that you can, when you get to the end of that period, to look and say, okay, I really don't need that anymore. Or I'm going to bring that back in, but in moderation, right? So that's what this period is for. Make sure you're not just doing the thing and going through the motions, but make sure that you're integrating with yourself and you're thinking about what it all means to you and for you. It's a big thing, right? So yeah. Yep, it could be easier. It could be easier to get out of your responsibilities again. So don't allow yourself to be lazy or to feel stagnant. Be energized. Be a human. You're having a human experience. You're a divine being, but you're having a human experience. So you have to do the human things. So just do the human things. It's okay. If you need help, ask for help. If you're struggling to get motivated, talk to somebody, a friend, a professional, a sibling, a relative. If you need tips or whatever, just, hit me up. So yeah, you want to do something different for what you've gained from retrograde, and accept what's yours. Okay, I've got a couple more things to talk about, and then we're going to do some tarot. Again, it's a lot. There's a lot going on. So right after Mercury station direct, there was that Capricorn full moon. I'm not going to talk too much about that because there is a video specifically for the full moon. But this is about that balance of private and home life, which is Cancer, and that public life, that career, that reputation, which is Capricorn. And the full moon is in Capricorn, which is an earth sign. So you have a water sign and an earth sign. So you're going to feel those emotions, but you're also going to have an opportunity for grounding. Myself, I had a very rough week. As soon as the full moon hit, I did sleep outside under the stars to just let the energy flow over me. And I woke up and I felt so much better. I had such an emotional week, and I was just clearing things out and letting it be and dancing with my emotions, feeling what came up. And then that moon came, and it was like, all right, you know what's up. Get it. So it's something, yeah, something's building inside of you, and now it's time to let it out. All right. So we'll talk a little bit more about that, but there's an emotional push forward. So there's a lot of it could feel like a lot of this opposing energy. There's retrogrades telling you to slow down. There's retrogrades ending telling you to communicate. There's things telling you to be quiet. There's things telling you to move forward. There's things telling you to pull back. You have to listen to your intuition, right? Whatever energy hits you the most, that's the one you focus on, right? Where do you feel drawn? Do you feel this draw to stop and go at the same time and it's overwhelming you? Then stop. If you're feeling both, don't push forward, stop. If you're feeling the push forward more and you're feeling confident and you're feeling grounded, there you go. So we'll talk more about that later. Check out that video. Neptune Retrograde starts on the 25th. Yesterday. Time is great. Sometimes when I do these videos, even if it's before or after the date, I think like it's that date. So as long as you know how to look it up, I guess, because sometimes my alien brain takes over and I'm just like, I don't know. On the 275th day of... Anyway, we're back. So Neptune retrograde is in Pisces and it goes till December 1st. This could wake up in you a profound feeling of awareness, turmoil, and instability. That's not what you want to hear. But remember everything we just talked about with touching your emotions, with slowing down, with being present. Being present is going to be so important for the rest of the year. Because if you aren't present, you aren't able to integrate, and instead you may explode. And that doesn't mean like angry fight or like screaming. It could though. It very much could. But this turmoil and instability with this heightened awareness means that you're going to get triggered. And you're probably going to get triggered very hard. And it's okay. Because triggers are here to show you areas where you need a little attention, where you need to give yourself a little attention, okay? Triggers aren't bad. Reacting to triggers does not make you wrong. It doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. It doesn't mean that you're crazy. It just means that there's this of emotions and energy that hits you, and sometimes we don't know how to handle that. Sometimes we can't compute. So really taking that time when you feel yourself being triggered, take a breath. When you feel with like, you know, when someone says or does something and you feel that heat rush on you and you like, take a breath. It's okay. Trust me, I get explosively triggered a lot. I'm still healing a lot of trauma from my youth and working through things. And in that, I get triggered by people that don't even intend to trigger me. They're just existing. They don't know my trauma. They don't know what I've been through. So that's why it's also important to surround yourself with people who are there to understand you, not to judge you, and to allow you to have these periods, right? This is the year. I've been talking about it a lot. You can go back and watch all my videos. Sometimes I do that because, you know, there's a message in there I forget about. I download this for all of us, right? It's not just for everybody else. This message is for me too, right? This is really important. As I write these things out, I think of the areas in my life that have been coming up and what's going on and how can I meditate on things better and what does this mean for me? So everybody needs to do this, you know, even the greatest spirit worker out there. They do all these things. They do the integration. They sit with themselves. They meditate. We all struggle, right? Nobody is perfect in the eyes of humanity, but we're all perfectly imperfect, and that's where we come together to work through these things. This is a time for you to be able to master the energy of this planet and what it's bringing in order to attain that personal growth and that unwavering peace. Getting through the storm time and time again is what will eventually have you in a place where that wave will hit you and you just are there and you see it and you feel it and you know, but you're able to be completely unfazed on the outside. Of course, you get hit with the emotion and you feel it and you see it and you let it be there and you integrate it, right? And so it's being able to take that reaction and turn it into a response, right? Responding or reacting. So don't beat yourself up if the next 6 months is a freaking storm. It's gonna feel like this. But keep going, you know? Don't keep pushing like things you think you need to accomplish or succeed in or whatever, but keep going. Take it one day at a time, you know? Every area of life, it's super important to do that. If you've ever been in recovery at all for anything, they tell you that too. They take it one day at a time, sometimes 5 minutes at a time, right? It goes for anything. Any area where you're feeling overwhelmed, overstimulated, and you're struggling, take a second. Don't think about the long term. Don't go all the way back in the past. Just be right here and know that you will make it. You'll make it 5 minutes. Take a breath. Breathe deep for 5 minutes a day, right? It's very good grounding technique. So this is the time to focus on the things you do have and show that gratitude. The shift will bring you more of what you desire. It's going to bring you that abundance. So all these retrogrades are hitting you with, be thankful for what you have. What do you want to manifest? You have it. Now be thankful for what you have. You're manifesting. Is a lot of see what you need to get out of the way. Get it out of the way. What are you manifesting? Here it is. See what you need to get out of the way. Get it out of the way. What are you manifesting? Here it is. This is another opportunity for reflection as well. Your hopes, your dreams, your connection with spirituality, your visions for what the future holds. This station will help you find the difference between ideals and reality and help you find that right balance between what you want to accomplish and what the direction you're headed, right? And like finding that balance between what can be done and what is being done and what you desire. It's gonna rain. Mosquitoes are getting crazy. Maybe there's something nagging. Maybe that's it. So you could be feeling creative during this transit, which is awesome. And it'll invite you to immerse yourself in your inner world and create from within, which is a chance to get to know yourself better. And analyze how you can use your dreams along with your waking life path and to find grounding, right? When you dream, if you remember it, it's usually a message. It's usually something showing you something from another dimension, right? You're awake here, and then when you're asleep here, you go elsewhere. Your consciousness is awake when you're dreaming. I know I dream a lot. I don't always remember them. And so when I remember my dreams, I know that it's an important message to sit with. So, you know, maybe start a dream journal. That's not a bad thing to do. And when you remember your dreams, write them down when you wake up. And then go back to them and see what's up, you know, see what comes to mind. But you got to be fully invested in yourself to feel the effects. And these effects, the Neptune retrograde is gentle. So it's going to be a little hug around the other things going on. It's still that same energy, but it's gentle. So don't worry about that. I do want to talk about the Venus transiting into Leo. Venus is a prominent planet. It's our love and relationship planet. So it is very important to talk about Venus and the movements it's making, especially during an emotional zodiac season, such as Cancer. Did you take a drink? So Leo's a fiery sign. Venus, the planet of love and beauty, can be ignited with passions of the heart, desires, plans. Live and love out loud. That's what this transit is saying. Leo is the sign of the heart. So the romantic side of Venus is in overdrive here. The duality of everything is that could cause things to be a little bit more dramatic than usual. Venus likes calm and sweet, and Leo is high energy. However, they both exude positive energy, so it will be a mostly love and joy-filled period. But if you're struggling with self-love and you're struggling with love in general, because love comes from self, right? And you can love people while you're working on loving yourself. You don't have, you know what I mean? You don't have to like fix yourself or you can't love anyone. You learn to love yourself by loving others, and you learn to love others by loving yourself, right? So it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. But if you're struggling, this could cause you to lash out. So you may have periods where you feel like lashing out, or you feel like everybody's against you. That's another side of this energy. But take a breath and recognize that it's okay. Not everybody's out to get you. And sometimes there's misunderstandings and miscommunications. So love, come from love, starts with the heart. So this will be an intense energy that could, you could find yourself in the midst of a jealous tantrum or two. I wrote it in the notes, but I said it earlier. I'm ahead of myself, but it's okay. But there's also that want to declare your love from the rooftops. So it's finding that balance and like declare your love, but don't hold too tightly. I think it's William Blake said, "He that binds unto himself a joy doth the winged life destroy. He that kisses it as it flies lives in eternity's sunrise." So don't hold on to the things you love and you want, right? You have to let them be free, especially if it's another being. Let them be themselves and know that you love them, and if they love you, you're fine. You got it, right? You have to trust yourself, and you have to trust those you love, to have that balance. Because if it's romance, you know, Venus is all relationships, but we think about it when we think about romantic relationships. And if there's romance or a relationship, a romantic relationship, you're together, but you're still individuals, and you still have your lives outside of that relationship. That relationship is important and it's a big part of your life, but you're still you, right? So finding that balance. So love in Leo wants to be adored, and that's where that comes from. This is a great time to find that balance. See things from other people's perspectives before lashing out. If you feel like you're not getting what you deserve, because they may be doing the best they can. Communication is always key, always and forever. Whether in paradise or in a rough patch, it's always important to communicate, and allow this period to re-energize your relationships with others and yourself, and remind you that life needs a bit of color and excitement. So ride that wave, whatever it looks like for you. And that transit is on the 27th of this month, and then on the 10th of July, Cancer new moon. So boom, boom, bam, 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 emotions. And I'm not going to talk too much about that either, because we will get there. But it's a time to set intentions and honor your feelings for what they are, no matter what they are, right? Cancer, emotions. However irrational you may feel or your feelings may feel, just let them be. You're fine. You're doing great. It's okay. It really is okay. You have a chance to make necessary changes in your life. And so if you've been diving within for a while, now's time to make plans and set up for reaping the rewards that you've sown, and for new beginnings. So as little or big as they are, you know, every now moment is an opportunity for a new beginning. Venus to Mars in Leo, with a close conjunction to that moon, could bring some creativity, some lightly competitive energy. You may also feel that mama bear energy coming out. It's that protective, that sensitive, nurturing, and loyal energy. It's that emotional, right? Mama bear, you want to protect those that you love. So protect what's yours, but allow yourself to be vulnerable, and express yourself so you don't become irrational. And heightened emotions will allow you to tune into what you really need and what you require to find satisfaction in life. So listen to your heart. And then until the 27th of July, which is after Cancer season, but it starts on 7/11, Mercury transits into Cancer. So we have a lot of emotional energy, right? This is our communication planet in our emotional sign. You'll find yourself caring less about the quantity and focusing more on the quality of things and relationships around you. You're thinking and speaking from a deeper and more instinctual level, right? You're listening to your intuition better. You're caring less about universal issues and more about what affects you and those close to you the most. Your thoughts will be colored by your emotions. It can be more challenging to be objective in this period, but that's okay. It's a highly emotional time. So when this communication planet enters the emotional waters of Cancer, you can expect yourself to feel a push to express your emotions. Don't run and build a wall. Share, and those who are genuine companions will be there for you, right? There will always be someone there who hears you. So if you feel like you're not being heard, it's okay. There's at least one other person out there that hears you and that sees you and that knows that you're going through something. And sometimes those people don't always say something, but they know and they see you and they're cheering you on, because sometimes you just need to be in your space. But feel that energy, right? Know that no matter what, we're all connected. No matter how crazy, right? I don't like that word. You're not crazy. If you feel by societal standards that you're crazy, just take a breath. Forget about society. There's a lot going on. We're in a time of revolution, really, right? A lot is changing. And that can be difficult to navigate with ease. That can be difficult to ride smoothly. It's okay. It's okay to be irrational sometimes. You're having a human experience. You're not perfect and you don't know everything. And it's okay to feel like you have no idea what's going on. It is okay, because it'll all come back around. Just don't try to control where you're at. Don't try to control your emotions. Allow them to speak to you, you know? Express the things that make you feel the most vulnerable, and you'll find greater understanding in yourself. So there's a lot going on during Cancer season. And what we are going to do is we are going to do some tarot now. Pull a couple tarot cards, pull a couple oracle cards, just like always, and see what's up. But I think really the overall message is just ride your emotional wave. It's okay. All right. I like listening to the birds, the wind, random animals. I've only pulled 3 cards and I'm already excited. I know it's so vague, but working with the cards for a minute, and sometimes I even get surprised with how synchronistic everything lines up. I'm like, and then my higher self's like, come on, why are you always so surprised? I don't know. Human doesn't understand. All right, my friends. Let's see what's up. Ooh, I missed a deck. I'm sorry. All right. So, first card is from my goddess deck, and it is Venus, which is the Lovers. This is about tapping into that love. It doesn't necessarily, in this instance, mean that a partner is coming to you, but it could. It could mean that, you're going to find your divine life partner, or it could mean that you're going to step more into relationship with yourself. The Lovers is also about choices, making a decision, right? So all these things are things that the energy in Cancer season, with all these transits going on, they speak to. Love is important, and love is the heart, right? The heart is important. You create from the heart. when your heart is in this good space, it branches out into the rest of you, and it drives that creativity, it drives that motivation, it drives you. So the lovers, maybe there's a decision you need to make. Maybe you're coming into tune with like your passion and your desire to love, your ability to feel loved and to be loved, right? You are love. And the sun, this is the happiest card in the deck, right? The sun is shining. This is fulfillment. This is joy. This is bright energy. This is that radiating beauty. And it goes so well with love, right? That love and those choices you make, you step more into that sunshiny self. You step more into your authenticity, and you're just vibrating this love and this light. And to do that, you have to release what's holding you back, right? The Eight of Cups, looking to the mountain, seeing the cups, walk away from what no longer serves you, right? In the traditional drawing of this card, there's cups that are tipped over, and it's essentially that concept of before everything else is broken, just walk away. It's okay. You don't have to wait to be pushed out. You don't have to wait to release until you hit a wall, right? Release what's no longer serving you, whether it be a mindset, a relationship, a tangible object, the place that you are, whatever this means to you. Release and move forward, right? Action into abundance. Pentacles is tangible, earthly things. It's, again, seeing everything that you have to be thankful for and knowing that you're drawing to you abundance. You're drawing into your life those things that you desire, whether it be financial stability or an RV or your new house or, I don't know, that thing you want. Or that thing you're building, right? Whether it just be something that you've been working to manifest. Not whether, just something you've been working to manifest is coming to fruition. But you have to recognize the love you have within and recognize that you are so bright and you are so vibrant and you shine from within, and you just need to release what's no longer serving you, and you can step into that, right? Ace of Wands, you're in a creative space, right? This is fire. This is passion. This is drive. This is the beginning. It's the beginning of a journey, new. You're starting from right now, right? We talked about that. You got to start from right now. Every now moment is a chance for something new. So boom, there it is. Something's coming. There's a passion. There's a drive. Maybe you're starting a new venture. Maybe you're starting a project. Maybe you're headed out to adventure. You're doing the thing. Do the thing in love, right? We have the lovers again. This is a sandwich spread. We have the lovers and the lovers. Make the decisions you need to make. Make all your decisions in love to release what no longer serves you, the direction you're going to head, the decision to constantly bask in this energy instead of this energy, right? Let it go. Be that sunshine. Choose love. And embrace, know that the universe has you, right? Just looking up to the angel. Yeah, that's amazing. Earth magic. The earth is magic. Know that everything, right? We talked about the trees and stuff. Look at the nature around you. Look at yourself. Everything is beautiful and magical because it's so, great. I don't know. But just see everything. Look at how everything works together. In this card we have feathers and flowers and crystals and mushrooms, and it's just everything works together. And be intentional. Be intentional as you step out into anything. Everything you do, intention is key. Why are you doing the things you're doing? Why are you saying the things you're saying? So take that passion with you, right? The tiger is fire, is passion. I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. I am bold. I am brave. Mighty forces come to my aid. I know it's not the lion, but there's like that Leo, that Venus and Leo energy. It's similar. similar energy. It's that fiery passion, and this peacock, you're vibrant, right? You're vibrant like the sun, you glow. You were born to shine and inspire. Practice humility to avoid jealousy. We talked about jealousy, right? That Leo in love, that Leo and Venus in Leo. Be grateful for life, and more good things will come. Be thankful and you will manifest. And be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance. And then the B is community. Know that you have a community. Whether you need to step away and take space, know that they're there for you, your true community, or whether you need to step into community. It's finding your community, building your community, or recognizing the community you do have, right? You're a powerful creator. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness. You are the queen of abundance. So ride this Cancer wave with me. It's good. You've got it. It's emotional. It's intense. But you're doing it, and you're doing it great, and you're doing it in love. There's so much love in this spread. There's release, but there's that vibrancy and that passion and that drive and that coming together. So it's all coming together. It's all good. Thank you for being here. I'm so excited to share this space with you. And I'll see you in the next now moment. Much love.